we've gone over start here instructions, I'm going to walk you through the general content and kind of look and feel for each of the tabs so that you can understand what to expect when you open this document and do your network plan for each initiative using the Excel version. So as I mentioned, definitions and instructions are included in each tab in column A. There is a description, a definition, and a formula provided for each of the fields that are required in the AOK Network Initiative Work Plan. This goes all the way from your objective to approaches, measurable outcomes, outputs, and then action steps for 4 quarters in a year. Looking at it at first time, it can seem kind of overwhelming. There's a lot of words, some colors, things are wide and big, and if I'm not quite comfortable with Excel, it can feel a little bit strange to see it this way for the first time. What I want you to see is that it's very similar in content to what has been in the Word version of the work plan. So in this example, our network capacity initiative description is provided along with the overall desired results. In the green section, this is where your measurable objectives are numbered and a title. Okay. Underneath that, that's where you write the objective, following the formula as described over here. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. By when, by what date. So in your cases, what you'll do is you'll copy the approved objectives from your harvest documents and you will paste them here. So copy and paste, enter title. Okay. Sometimes it can be new being in Excel, and some things that I find helpful that I'd like to offer as tips is I'm double clicking on each cell. This came in as bold and I'm just unbolding that. If I'm having a hard time getting into a cell, I could click F2, function 2 on my computer, and that will also be a way for me to get in there. So now that I've entered my objectives and I've entered my titles and my numbers, the next thing that I can do is I can enter my approaches using the formula as described. And this is a short title that you're going to want to enter in here. Okay. So I just double click on it, and that gets me into the cell. And same thing as before, you've already had your approaches approved, so you will just copy and paste the pre-approved approaches from your harvest document into this spreadsheet. And again, this will be for network capacity. Okay, we're in the network capacity, double check, initiative 1. Over here, it says network capacity in my tab. Now, one thing that's kind of cool, what we've added as a feature is to make this a little easier on the eyes, is that we can hide some of those things that we don't need to see anymore. So I have my objectives, and I could click this little minus sign on the side, and it goes away. And if I hit the plus sign, then I can see it again. So I know which initiative it is, I know which objective I'm working on, and then it makes it easier for me to see what I want to see as I start to enter my next bits of information. Okay, so I can change the side of this. If it's too big, change the size of it to make it easier on the eyes. Just because it looks a certain way doesn't mean that we need to keep it that way, especially if it's too big for our eyes. Okay. Likewise, you'll do your projected measurable outcomes. You'll write those in this cell as measured by. You'll write that in each of these sections. And then you'll put your outputs. And I'm again for demonstration purposes, just going to paste the formula in. Paste, paste, Control V, remember that's my paste function. And I want to wrap that text. And I can go up here and I can hit wrap text so that the formatting, again, is easy for me to see. Okay. Likewise, you will have had your brainstorm with your partners to come up with action steps. And so I'm just going to practice putting these in. I can show you another trick where I can highlight many at the same time. Do I want to paste that anyway? Oh, there's another control single quote. If I do that at the same time, that copies the text from up above. Okay, for formatting purposes, I can highlight everything that I want and do wrap text. Okay, so we'll just pretend that we have all of this work done and entered. I'm going to copy this one here for you so that you can see what that looks like. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like to hide the column so that I don't have to see it anymore. This is my second objective, and I only want to see one of those objectives, and so then I can hide those columns there. And if I want it to be even easier, I can just go in and keep adjusting these so that it's easy for me to see. I can make it bigger or I can make it smaller.